Hey y'all, it's me, and we're about to keep it real with the Young Thug trial. I may not be here long because I'm supposed to be going out tonight, okay, and do the karaoke. That's why I got my hair wrapped up, and I didn't want to come on like this, y'all, to see me like this. But I am prepared to do a karaoke tonight, okay. Uh, the detective just about to take the stand is a very good detective that all would help Atlanta in the crime that really take place. Okay, well, so we're gonna turn over and look at it right quick. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button and share this video. Okay, okay. I really, I really like this old school detective that taking the stand. He's for the truth, and you can't get nothing past old school people like me and him. He will take the stand today. Okay, y'all. Like I said, please excuse me for my night tie on my hair. I'm about to do karaoke tonight, and I'm going down by Mary J. But so far with me, y'all hit the like button. Okay. Right here, you about to have the detective that was talking to the guy, Adrian Bean, who don't know nothing, who don't recall nothing, who don't remember nothing. That's Adrian Bean. So we're gonna get it. Everybody time to get up in the jury, trying to get on. Uh,
All right, thank you, Deputy Ham.
Here we go, y'all.
Please be seated. Members of the jury, good afternoon. All right, sound good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, we're going to continue with the presentation of the state's case. So, ladies and sirs, I'll call you next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls retired Detective David Quinn.
All right, summon Detective Quinn, please. All right, Detective Quinn, good afternoon, sir. Afternoon. All right, come on. Before you sit down, if you would be so kind and turn and face us, Deputy Ham, be sworn as a witness.
This is the man that was questioning. There he go. He's a good detective. He been on television.
David Quinn, D-A-V-I-D.
That's how he talk, y'all.
And good afternoon. How are you employed?
I'm retired.
I
What are
told
you
you.
retired from?
The Atlanta Police Department.
And how long have you been retired from the Atlanta Police Department?
Fully since 2019.
Yep.
And when
Same
you say
age
fully,
me.
what does that mean?
So I joined the Atlanta Police Department in 1985 when I was 20 years old. And I stayed until 2019, so I did 33 years and some change. After that, I got into the true crime TV business, is what I do now.
Mm-hmm.
And tell the jury a little bit about your time with the Atlanta Police Department over those 33 years.
Again, I hit the street when I was about 21 years old, 1986, after having been hired at 20. And I went straight to Zone 3. I don't know, Zone 3 was back in those days, Southeast, Southwest Atlanta. I stayed there 10 years in probably the highest crime district in the city at that time. After those 10 years, I don't know why, somebody sent me to Bankhead, and I went to the Zone 1 precinct, and I worked there for another 5. In my 15th year, after working those high crime areas, somebody promoted me to detective, and they sent me straight to homicide, which sent me right back to those same neighborhoods in Zone 3 and Zone 1. It's like going home.
That's how he talk, y'all.
And let's talk about
Good
your
detective.
being in Zone 3. Did you have the occasion to patrol the entire Zone 3, or were you assigned to a particular section of Zone 3?
Well, I was assigned Zone 3 A sector, which was that area around the Daniel Glenn Housing Project, the Pittsburgh Civic League Apartments.
I know exactly what he talking about.
But there was a lot of bleed over. In other words, I wouldn't just work one specific area in downtown Atlanta. I would also branch out as far as Gilbert Road, which is at the county line, to Clayton
Jonesboro
County.
Road.
So it was the busiest precinct at the time. So you kind of scattered all over.
And you said it briefly, as a homicide detective, did you unfortunately have the occasion to investigate homicides within the Zone 3 neighborhood?
Absolutely, every month, usually.
And based on your time in Zone 3, if you could describe the Zone 3 community for the jury.
Zone 3.
I'm getting ready to do karaoke
from the
tonight,
time that
y'all.
I worked in the mid '80s,
In ATL.
all the way until I was an old man in the mid 2000s.
Good detective.
It's a rough, busy neighborhood, but there are pockets of diversity everywhere. You may have truck drivers, you have doctors, lawyers, but you also have the quote unquote marginalized communities are also in Zone 3. So it's a mix. It's not one thing.
Great detective.
And based on your interaction of having different type of community members within Zone 3, how would you describe the residents of Zone 3?
The who?
The residents.
The residents are hardworking people. I grew up out there with them. I feel like, I am Zone 3 because I saw so many different generations get raised up out there. And I feel like I was only taught as a boy. When I left, I was a grandfather. So that was my life.
Now, I'm going to take you back to your time as a detective in the homicide unit. If you could tell the jury, what were your primary job duties and responsibilities?
When I went to homicide, I learned quickly that my responsibility was to investigate crimes that involve deaths at the hands of other humans. And I worked murder. That's primarily what I worked. I worked with about 18 other detectives, and we were in a rotation. Whereas you would catch a homicide, respond to it. You'd have about a month to work that case up. And once you've worked that case up,
let me tell y'all something good about this detective right here. Okay, just like I said, excuse me, because I'm trying to dry my hair so I can do my karaoke tonight. I know I'm looking good. But that detective right there is the one who found that girl, they said angel from the sky in Atlanta, and he found out who killed that girl from Atlanta in being healed. So he's a great detective. And what he's saying, what the detective is saying the truth, okay? He is saying the truth. Okay, here we go. Great detective, y'all. Love people.
You would go down to the bottom of that homicide list. But they were giving us the responsibility to actually handle cases that involve special investigations. In particular, police officers' use of force, shooting people, anyone that died.
He was the one on true crime.
We handled those investigations. And sometimes we even handled corruption investigations on the department if, in fact, there was some kind of conflict in internal affairs.
So speaking specifically about having to do those special investigations, specifically the officer-involved investigations, what were your job duties and responsibilities for those type of investigations?
Well, I had to investigate whether or not an officer had the legal authority to use his gun in a deadly way. I investigated deadly force.
And to your knowledge, is that responsibility of investigating officer-involved shootings still the responsibility of the homicide unit?
When I was on the way out, it changed gears. They decided to let the Georgia Bureau of Investigation handle those shootings. I guess they didn't want the actual agency to investigate itself.
Somebody say something? I can, Your Honor. I said objection, speculation. I'll overrule objection.
When you are assigned as when you are assigned an officer-involved shooting, if there is an underlying crime that occurred before the officer-involved shooting, do you investigate both the underlying crime and the officer-involved shooting, or are those two separate investigations?
No, you have to work both. You've got to understand the reason why the officer was there in the first place, why he pulled his gun, why he used deadly force. Sometimes it's not involving a weapon. Sometimes it's physical force. So you must also investigate that crime as well.
Now, in your experience as an investigator, do all investigators investigate cases the same way?
Oh, no. It's just like any other one. Everyone has their own style. And usually your style comes from how you carry yourself in the street and your experience out there with the citizens.
I like him. That's a good detective, y'all, in Atlanta. He that's the same detective that was questioning. Excuse me, y'all, I'm about to go out. Think I'm looking cute. Wait till I take this off. He's the same one that was questioning Adrian Bean.
In this case, the citizens of Fulton County, City of Atlanta.
Tell us a little bit about your investigative style.
Everybody calls me old school.
I'll overrule the objection, Mr. Steele.
I am Atlanta, and I feel like every case I work is a story, and I've got to report
It's the
back,
truth.
the information from that story. I always say when I work my investigations, I want to have on a belt and suspenders. I want to make sure I got everything. And sometimes, commanders and supervisors don't like that. I mean, I take my time slow and methodical.
He do.
With how I work my cases, I don't move very fast.
Faces. I overrule the objection, Mr. Shaw.
What they keep messing with him for? He is a nice guy.
That's pretty much it. I just try to keep. You don't get all the answers when you work in investigations like they do on TV. But what you do is you try to get as much as you can, and you miss things. I miss things on every. Have it right.
When you're conducting an
He is
investigation,
right.
generally, what type of evidence are you looking for? Say for your homicide cases, what type of evidence do you want? Are you trying to gather as a part of your investigation?
First and foremost, I want eyewitnesses. I want humans to give information to some kind of inroads in closing this case. As I got older in the department, technology became a useful tool.
Yeah.
We've always had fingerprints. You want fingerprints. DNA became a really big deal around 2002. I've watched everything change, but I always, with any kind of testimony that I receive from a witness, I want to get something to back it up. Something tangible that'll vouch for this person that's an eyewitness seeing something. But I really like eyewitness evidence. A lot of people don't, but I do, because the community that is the witness.
Now, in your time as a homicide detective, have you had the occasion to interview suspects?
Absolutely.
And tell the jury a little bit about your interview style.
I try to keep my interviews.
Overrule, Mr. Shaw.
Leave that detective alone. I like him.
I try to have conversations. I mean, from these conversations, I try to have them make sense. I don't want it to be overbearing. Sometimes those conversations, those interviews can get heated, but you want to build some kind of rapport with the person, whether it be a witness or a suspect, and make sure you're getting good information.
Yeah.
Objection, Mr. Steele.
Go sit down, man.
What's the basis?
Mama can't find her chapstick.
Come on.
You're a good detective, y'all. You know, I'm seeing him on True Crime before. I'm gonna show it to you. Very good detective. He was on True Crime when he was the one that. See, he the one. Y'all heard that man interviewing Bean when Bean said, "I don't remember this." See, they can't fool with that detective right there because he for real. So he's a good homicide detective. Now I don't know what they all over there standing over there talking about. Boy, they get on my nerve. He's a good, like I say, he's a good detective. He's a good detective, and he the one did the girl, a girl, Angel from the Sky, and he found out who did that to her. Wait. Y'all share this video. Go ahead on hit that live button. What's going on? What happened? This is my boy, yeah. I thought Mr. Steele was my boy. This is my boy.
Take him out and take pictures. That's my left hand. pointing to a little dot on the ground there.
Is that a fair, accurate depiction of the image or the area that you had a crime scene take a picture of back in September 2013?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, this time to say like 10, 6, 110 and 111 is happening. And 112, I'm sorry. Excuse me, 111 and 112.
Y'all remember when Bean kept on saying, when Adrian Bean kept on saying, I don't remember, I don't recall. This the detective who was talking to him from Atlanta. He's a very good detective. And you can't play with him. His cute self.
No, and it's 111 and 112, Your Honor.
He retired during the time I did.
Yes.
Share this live.
I'm going to actually first start with what has already been admitted, Exhibit 110C. Looking at Exhibit 110C, do you recognize what's in Exhibit 110C?
Yeah, that's Somerdale County.
Okay. And now looking at Exhibit 111C.
He know that area.
And looking at 112C. Is that your hand that you were just referencing that's pointing at something in the ground?
That's me.
What exactly were you pointing at
That
the ground?
was what was believed to be impact from a projectile from a gun, a bullet.
Now,
Good looking
during the
detective.
course of your investigation, did you ever attempt to speak with yourself, either Frederick Prothrow and Walter Murphy?
Yes.
Hey, Pepsi, with your beautiful self.
No.
During the course of your investigation, did you ever meet with the owner of the red car that was used in armed robbery?
Yes.
And if you can recall, about when in your investigation did you meet with her?
I know it was a couple of weeks after, I'm going to say the latter part of September 24th or 25th, maybe.
And I said her, do you recall what her name was?
Maricela Cisneros.
And was she able to tell you information about her vehicle? Was she able to give you information about her vehicle, specifically who she had let borrow her car?
She was.
Now, during the course of your investigation, I think you talked about earlier going to do the rotting of the vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever actually do that with the car?
I did.
And when did you do that? Do you recall?
I don't remember the date. I know it was within the week. I had the car sent to what's called the homicide cage, a protected area. We put vehicles for further processing. My goal was to understand that hole in that passenger side front seat headrest.
He talked like that, y'all.
Did you, when you processed the vehicle, did you, or did the rotting in the vehicle, did you find any shell casings in that vehicle?
I did not.
Mr. Steele?
What they do with the shell casing?
And
What they do with the shell
understanding what
casing?
you knew at the time that you processed your vehicle, was that a surprise for you that you did not find any shell casings inside?
I'm gonna do karaoke tonight, y'all. Dry my hair. Mary J, I'm going down.
In a moment, I'll be showing some pictures that I've already shown the defense counsel, but I'm re-showing to them again.
I like this man because he don't retire. He retired. He the same age I am. Good looking. Woo! I would talk to him, but he married. So that's what I was saying. Why you gonna do a RICO and these guys don't retired and all of that kind of good stuff? They ain't done that. Yeah, I'm gonna be on that stage. I'm gonna turn that stage out. I'm singing I'm Going Down by Mary J. I'm gonna have this off. My hair kind of wet up under there. I laid it down. Y'all think I can't sing, don't you? You don't know nothing about me. Just be playing with y'all. Now they don't hate that. Now they hate. I got hater now. Got haters because I can sing. Nah, I sound better than that. Hit that like button and share this live, y'all. Share this live. I'm about to skip this. Don't take that long to put no video on. I like this dude right here.
A concern to me, which I had collected by the officer I delegated, or the detective, Summerbeth, to collect.
Do you recall?
Hit that like button, y'all. Come on now. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all can hit the like button. I'm still gonna get a check, but I'm saying hit the like button so I can make some arrangement to do some different stuff for y'all. They always disappear when I say hit the like button.
JW
So sad.
158, 159, 160, 169.
You better not tell on Young Thug. I said I like you now. You better not tell on Young Thug. Young Thug can't do all this by himself. Gosh, what is my other chapstick? Now my niece said she's gonna get dressed. I like her. She a good detective. She a good attorney. I like her. That's my boy right there. Yeah. That's who was
JW Exhibit 157. Looking at Exhibit 157. Do you recall seeing those items while you were back at the crime scene, like on September 11th?
yeah, I remember.
I remember seeing him. I mean, and I wasn't looking for him. Honestly, I mean, I delegated that out. I had a lot going on. Those guns were of importance to me at the time.
And this is the that you delegated out to Summerman.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do it all. You've got to depend on the people you work with to actually, execute what you needed to do. I'm in the fog of investigation. I need help, like anybody else.
So I want to look at 157.
Thank y'all for hitting the like button.
Looking at Exhibit 157, can you describe to the jury how that toolbox is positioned? Is it laying flat on the seat or is it kind of raised up a little?
What's so important about that?
Is on the seat, propped up against the back of the back seat. It's like the driver's side back seat.
And is the blood underneath the toolbox?
Yeah, I see some transfer of what appears to be blood, yeah.
But see, what they got to realize, look, y'all, listen. What they have to realize that's not their car. That is the man who let them borrow their car. Now, he not even saying he let them borrow their car, but he let them borrow their car. That's his car. That's his toolkit. Shout out to Lanita, about to do that karaoke. I like him. Oh, I ain't know he was gonna be on here tonight, but it's cute. So cute. He the one with investigating Adrian Bingham. Okay, let me move it some. I got to move it some.
Please don't try to engage in conversation. You're not prepared. Because if you prepared, you would have told me. You invited this conversation. I did. I asked you if you were ready. If you were ready, you say, yes, Judge, I'm ready. I was those two calls. Now, if you're not ready, then go ahead and just tell me you're not ready, and we'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and we'll figure out something else to do. But if you have any other basis, then tell me. I raised this already. You know exactly what I'm talking about. No, I should go ahead and we need to ask the jurors like you need to cite for question.
You better stop yelling at Mr. Steele, Judge. You better stop yelling at Mr. Steele.
Right, and I will say.
Oh. They're trying to tell everybody that Mr. Steele wasn't prepared, y'all. Mr. Steele is a prepared lawyer. And then he gonna dismiss Poe.
Come back, we'll just want to know a decision about the transcript, because we do have a transcript for the first call. And that was the one we gave to him yesterday. So just a decision about.
I thought you were going to take more time for that because.
They have not looked at it. Okay, never mind. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, okay. We're in recess about 20 minutes.
See that? Your Honor for the mess.
In regards to what, sir? Oh, okay, what's your motion?
See that? Yeah, that man right there. He owned on the judge. He owned that judge. Want to take a break for what?
This honorable court, in front of the jury, has addressed me inappropriately.
Thank you.
Wrong. Second time. The first time I gave the state discovery of a song from a Super Bowl. Weeks before, there was an objection. You assumed that I didn't give it to the state. I didn't want to embarrass the court. So you were yelling at me saying, do you understand me? Do you understand me? And instead of saying, do you understand that you're wrong? I sat here and I said, yes, Your Honor. That was to protect the integrity of this courtroom and the court. Now you say in front of the jury how unprepared I am.
Thank you.
I am not unprepared for anything.
He always ready.
No, I need to make
Mr.
a
Steele,
record. Your Honor,
Mr. Steele, wait a second.
Record.
When you keep delaying, okay, and that's what's happening to the court. You keep delaying and elongating and pushing out these particular our ability to present a seamless case in front of the jury. That's my purview as a judge. And I've asked you a number of times, you and your colleagues on both sides, to go ahead and listen to whatever it is you need to do, prepare me as needed. Now, I asked you those two particular questions because if they turned over the audio to you in discovery and you've listened to them already, then you either have an objection or you don't have an objection. And I was trying to solicit from you whether or not we could just go ahead and just hear it. So you can imagine my frustration because all these little delays just elongate out our presentation in front of the jury. That's for your benefit, not for mine, Your Honor. So that's why I've told you all at various times during this particular case. It's not because I want to embarrass you, Mr. Steele. It's just
Well, you shouldn't have said that.
Trying to kind of keep this thing presented in a way that.
But you shouldn't have said that. If you need to say
is wrong.
Thank
What happened was, let me finish, and I'm making this for the record. What happened is, and I don't get embarrassed by you.
Thank you.
But I don't want to embarrass you. I
Woo!
make an objection that some of these jail calls have a third party who will not testify.
Thank
I
you.
objected to hearsay. The state said it explains the
Okay,
effect. Let me finish.
Listen, Judge.
Which call?
These calls, as you.
Okay, well then why aren't we taking them up beforehand?
The state just said, just now, these are the 3 additional
Thank
calls that
you.
they want to
Okay,
introduce.
all right. Well, then here's your response. I'm going to give you an acceptable response.
I'm going to
Judge,
make
hold
my
on.
motion. Huh? I need to make my motion.
Judge, there's more to this, and we need to listen to these calls.
Right.
Then I would have put. No, you didn't say that though. So I would. So
You wrong.
I wouldn't have had that opportunity. But that's why I keep telling you this. Okay. I mean, like I told you, forewarned judge, a happy judge. All right. So had you just told me up front, Judge, we have not had the opportunity to listen to all of those calls. We've only been able to listen to 2. I want to listen to the other ones. And
I've listened to the calls. I know. I don't know what the third one they're trying to do.
Okay, well-
Listen, let me just finish. So you presuppose I don't know what the calls are. Well, I don't know what the third call is because Ms. Hilton, who's professional, said, I'll take it and I'll let you know what it is. But the other 2 calls are at a baseball game and at the chicken. They're discussing chicken wings. Or chicken. I understand those calls. There's issues in those calls that you need to address. But I politely make an objection and say, Your Honor, based upon what you told me, which is what you told me, we'll take it up later. I wanted to raise it.
Judge
Tell
playing
the
games,
jury how
both
unprepared I am.
sides.
And let me tell you something. I am not unprepared. I don't appreciate the court telling me that. And you don't, and I asked you, tell the jurors that you
Okay.
were wrong when you admonished me last
You
night. You said you
wrong,
wouldn't do it.
Judge.
This is the second time. And you know what it does to me? I don't care. I'm hurt because you're a court, but I really don't care. But what does it do to Mr. Williams?
Mr.
Thank
Steele, I'm not trying to personally insult you.
Yes, you are.
Okay. You are a grown professional advocate. I'm a grown.
But you don't disrespect him like
Things
that.
to me that border on the lines of I could take action or not. You have certainly said some of those things to me during the trial of this case. I have let them go. So, sir,
He don't.
That's just a trial of the case, okay? But
That man's life is here.
That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. They are taking Young Thug case very lightly. That is this boy life. Y'all sitting here talking about a man's life. And the only thing y'all worry about is your life. I'm not on Thug's side. I'm just saying this is about this boy life. And y'all playing pancakes with it. With syrup. With no syrup. Like this boy ain't nothing. I don't understand why they keep treating my... Excuse me, y'all. Why are they treating my young guys like this? Young black guys. Like they ain't nothing. That's what they treating like he ain't nothing. And he ain't did nothing. They can't even prove it. I'm so tired of these folks. I'm so tired of them, how they doing him. I am. I really am.
fine job in representing him. But you know what? That's just the way we are right now. But the crux of the issue is, Mr. Steele.
He with the states.
And the representatives from the state and everybody else. What happens right now is I have to take a break in order to vet all of these issues, which I'm required to do, Mr. Steele. And that's what is kind of disappointing to me, because I have given you all this administrative time, all these breaks to go ahead and do this, and this is what delays the presentation of this case in front of the jury.
You know, if I would have done what the state did and I'm not poking anything at Ms. Hilton, you would have said to me, why didn't you share those calls with him before?
Thank you.
You were out all day today. We didn't start court till 1 o'clock. I would have shared them.
I know you would have.
But the state didn't. I'm not poking fun because I can deal with it. But
Well,
when
you
the
know
court
what?
then steps
But
in,
here's the problem.
Well, you haven't finished.
I have a problem with it, because here's at the end of the day, I got to listen to a 15-minute call.
you don't have to listen to anything.
But
Thank
You have to make a ruling
yes,
on it.
but I have to listen to it in order to make the ruling on those.
Oh, you
Even if
full of-
you listen to the chicken call and the baseball call, and if you say there's other issues that come into play, it's better for us to take those things up before I ask for that jury. And I could have done that this morning.
Yeah, I'm about to go. Because the judge done upset me for the night. I'm about to get off the line. The reason why I'm about to get off the line is because the judge not being fair. He not being fair with the state, and he's not being fair with the defendant. The judge trying to play a game. And this is not a game, and it's not Jeopardy. It's somebody's life. Why are they playing with these young guys like this? I know y'all don't care nothing about Young Thug. I know you don't care nothing about what I'm saying. But you ought to be glad that somebody is standing up, just like Mr. Steele. This is Young Thug life that they playing with. I'm gone, y'all. Let me listen to my song in my zone, cause and you know what really hurt me about these cases is when y'all say they're always trying to take a black man down. There go the black man trying to take the black man down. What y'all got to say about that? I'm out of here.